Cumming, Georgia is not really seen as the most walkable place in North Atlanta, but when you look at Cumming, Georgia, we do have some pretty nice walkable areas here. And if you're looking for the most walkable area in all of Cumming, it's hard to ignore Vickery. If walkability is important to you, you're gonna wanna stick around and see this neighborhood. So Vickery is over here on the west side of Cumming, and with that comes pretty awesome location. So you're right off a post road, which is a pretty busy road, but it does connect Canton Highway that connects Cherokee County to Forsyth County, and then it also connects Atlanta Highway. And Atlanta Highway will bring you all the way into areas like Alpharetta and Milton, so you're slap in the middle of those. So you're kind of in the middle of everything. And another great thing about Vickery is that all the schools that you're zoned for, you're within a 5-minute drive to all of those. And Vickery Creek Middle and Vickery Creek Elementary are right beside each other, and you could literally ride a golf cart over there and it would take you maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and you could even walk over there as well. Then as far as like your grocery stores and your dining and your restaurants, you've actually got a couple different options. So you can go back down off of Post Road towards Alpharetta. You've got grocery stores over there, you've got dining over there, different shops, and then you could even head north a little bit and go closer to Canton Highway. You've got all kinds of different restaurants and grocery stores over there. Another great part about Vickery is that you're over here on the west side of Cumming, which there are a ton of parks over here. So you've got Sawney Mountain Park over there, you've got Ducktown Park, you're just seconds away from Midland Park over here, so a ton of different parks. You're about 15 minutes to everything. You can go over to the Cumming City Center in less than 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to Northside Hospital in 400. You're 15 minutes from the Avalon and Halcyon over in Alpharetta. You've got plenty of stuff to do over here, and then we're sitting here in Vickery Village, which is walking distance to Vickery. It's actually part of the neighborhood. And over here, you've got all kinds of different restaurants, you've got medical facilities, dentists, you've got chiropractors, you've got the YMCA over here, so a ton of stuff to do over here as well, and you could literally walk here or just drive a golf cart. And then if you're into working out, you've got a huge One Life Fitness just right across the road. And I actually do go over there a good bit, and it's funny because the parking lot is like full of golf carts just because people live over in Vickery and just ride their golf cart over there. So that's another super cool part about living over here. So Vickery as a whole is a pretty big neighborhood. I mean, you've got several hundred homes in here, and the cool thing is they started developing this mostly back in the early 2000s. So a lot of those homes are more of that traditional European style, a lot of brick, a lot of stone, a lot of character with those homes. But then you've got newer construction in here that's 2022 up to 2024, and that's more of a farmhouse traditional look, a lot more fiber cement versus brick and stone. So you've got a wide variety of housing in here as far as age and construction goes. And then as far as your lot size goes in Vickery, it's obviously a very condensed neighborhood. Most of your lot sizes in here are pretty small. It does depend on what side of the neighborhood you end up in. There's the attached living with the condos and the townhomes. You've also got some bigger lots in here that go up to about a half acre, a little over. Got some pretty rare lots in here, some of the older ones that are a little over an acre, but mostly everything in here is going to be about a quarter of an acre and smaller. And most of your construction in here, it's a pretty wide mix. So you've got 2-story, 3-story, you've got some ranch style homes in here. So there's a little bit of everything right here in Vickery. And then you can also get a wide variety of pricing and just overall features in this neighborhood. So you can have anything from a 2-3 bed condo or townhome. You can have a 2-3 bed ranch style home that's a little bit closer to your neighbors. And then you can get all the way up into a 6-7 bed house that's on almost half an acre or 3/4 of an acre. So wide variety of houses in here, a ton of different options depending on what your price point is and what you need. We got to talk about pricing. So Vickery as a whole is a much pricier place to get into than a lot of other places in Cumming and all of Forsyth County. In the last year, your median home price to get in here was just over $1 million at $1.088 million. Your highest price sale in the last year was a $2.5 million home built in 2015, ton of different upgrades. You had a wine cellar in the house, and then you also have a bunch of different upgrades throughout the home. And then if you wanted to get in here on the low end, the lowest price home that is not a condo or a townhome was still about $700,000, and this was on a 0 lot line, brick style home, very close to your neighbors. But you could also get into one of the condos or one of the townhomes in here from anywhere to $400,000 to $500,000. But you got to remember, you do have the increased HOA fees if you go that route. And then as far as HOA fee goes in here, it's about $1,500 a year as far as the actual neighborhood goes. And then if you get into a condo or a townhome, you've got an increased cost every month of about $400 to $500. Overall, for the actual neighborhood, $1,500 a year for the amenities that you get and for the location. Honestly, not bad, but do remember that if you go condo or townhome route, you are gonna have some pretty significant extra monthly expenses. And then just to put the demand into perspective, median days on market in the last year was about 23 days, and all of Cumming is closer to 30 days. You are under that median days on market that Cumming sees, just because a lot of people do wanna get into this neighborhood, so they're willing to jump on opportunities a little bit faster. So then as far as your amenities go here in Vickery, you've got a massive pool that you'll see behind me. You've got multiple tennis courts, multiple pickleball court. You've got green space all over this place. They'll set you up with different little fire pit areas all over. They've got a little stage pavilion area that they'll do different events at sometimes. So all kinds of stuff here. You've also got nature trails, sidewalks, and then as we've talked about before, you can easily walk over to Vickery Village, which is kind of an entire amenity in itself. Then as far as schools go here, like we briefly mentioned earlier, you've got West Forsyth High School, generally seen as one of the better schools in Forsyth County. If you look over at greatschools.org, that you have that a 9 out of 10. And you've got Vickery Creek Middle and Vickery Creek Elementary, which are both pretty good schools in themselves. They get an 8 out of 10 over at greatschools.org. So as far as your pros and cons go, it's pretty easy to see all the pros. Great location. I mean, just being within 15 minutes to all these different shopping centers, hospitals, Georgia 400, all that, and then having Vickery Village right in your backyard is huge. And then your quality of construction here is a great pro as well. I mean, everything in here is built extremely well. And then you've also got amenities. So you've got great amenities, just having Vickery Village right there, having the amazing pool, having the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, and then all the different green space in here is great as well. But no place is perfect. So if you're looking at cons for Vickery, it is pricey, so it's very expensive to get in here, but you do get what you pay for. And then another one is Post Road that it runs off of can get pretty congested, especially during rush hour and on the weekends when everybody is coming into Vickery Village to just kind of hang out and go to the breweries and everything. So those are two of the major cons that you get when you're in Vickery. So Vickery is really perfect for a wide variety of people. So you've got a lot of younger families in there with a lot of younger kids running around. You've got some older, more established families in there with older kids that may be out of the house or in college. You've got older folks in there that love the amenities and this is maybe their last house, and you've really just got a lot of people in between as well. So with the price point, it's not a most ideal spot for like a first-time home buyer, but really besides that, there is a nice mix of just about everybody in here, and it is a great community for just about anyone. So if you want more information on Vickery specifically, or really anywhere else in North Atlanta, go ahead and shoot us an email with that email on your screen, or use the link in the description to book a call with us.